All right, so today we're going to be doing mean absolute deviation. So it looks like this didn't get changed here. So what you need to do is probably scratch that out unless one's gone back and edited it, and you can actually write that in there. Mean absolute deviation. And that also goes by the nickname MAD, M-A-D, and normally in all caps. So with that being said, here's what it is. Mean absolute deviation, or MAD, of a numerical data set is the average of the data from the middle. Now, I'll be honest, you're probably going to have 1 to 2 questions of this on milestones, but let's go ahead and learn it. The steps aren't hard. It's just the fact that you have to memorize steps. The formula is given to you on the Georgia milestone sheet, but it looks like this. And just to kind of sum up what everything means. So that's funny that I said that. This actually is called a sigma. And sigmas stand for sum, like S-U-M, like when you add all of the data together. And let me kind of just remind you what everything else stands for. These bars right here that I'm outlining, those bars are absolute value bars. And remember, absolute value can only be positive. Absolute value is a number's distance from 0. So just kind of as a quick refresher. So when you do look at this, hopefully you'll remember what it is, just in case you blank. So distance from 0, and it's always positive. I'll put that up here. Always positive. You can't be a negative distance from something. Okay, this symbol right here, you should recognize from the calculator. That's your mean. That's the one that you get when you do the stat and you arrow over to the right for calc after you've put a list in, and it'll give you the mean. And then all this stands for is each data number. Okay. And then this stands for the number of data points. So again, you do get the formula, but if you don't know what it stands for, then it does you no good. So when you look at this now, maybe that'll kind of help remind you of things that you're supposed to do. So again, remember, mean is when you add all of your data set together, and then you divide it by how much data you actually have, and it's this symbol, or also known as the X bar on the calculator. All right, your steps are over here. It says first you're going to find the mean. Then step 2, subtract the mean from each data point. So, and I'm going to do this with you. Step 3 is going to be take the absolute value of the difference. Step 4 is add the differences together. And then step 5 is going to be divide by that number of data points. So we've kind of got this table set up for you so you can do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're literally just going to write the data into these boxes. So 68, 70, 72, 73, 74, and 75. All right, so the first thing it says in the next column is to find the mean. So what we are going to do is we are going to add up all those numbers. So 68 plus 70 plus 72 plus 73 plus 74 plus 75. When I added those up, I got 432. Now I want to divide that by how many data points I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to divide it by 6, and I get 72. So the mean, or the average of that data set, is 72. So I'm going to just write it in here. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to find the difference in between those two numbers. Like I'm going to subtract 68 and 72. If I subtract that, 68 minus 72 is negative 4. The next will be negative 2. 0, 1, 2, and 3. And all I'm doing is I'm thinking there's a subtraction sign in between each one of these right here. So I'm just subtracting them, and over here's what it equals, okay? So you can put little symbols there if you wanted to, just until you get used to it. All right, now what it wants me to do is write down the positive values of all of those. So literally, I'm just going to take the values I just wrote down, and I'm going to write down the positive values. So positive 4, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. So you filled the chart in left to right. Now you're going to find the sum of this column right here. So again, we're going to add those numbers up. So 4 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. All right, hopefully the rest of you all got 12 as well. Oh, let me change this off of highlighter. Okay, how many data points do we have again? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should be the same exact amount again. So if I were to divide this by 6, my mean absolute deviation would be 2. So is the average of the positive value column, and there's my answer. All that work just to get a little answer of 2. It is possible to get answers that are decimals, but today we didn't get any decimals, okay? Now, if you're looking on the back, these are the steps for how you do this on a calculator. So I'm going to try my best. I downloaded a calculator app, so I'm going to see how this goes here in a second. But we're going to do the same thing here in just a moment, but using the calculator. For now, I want us to do it the same way we did it on the front, though. So let's just start again, just so we get into the habit of it. We're going to list the data points. So let's see, 10, 7, 13, 10, and 8. All right, and then if I were to add all of those up, I'm going to try to do this in my head this time, see what I can do. Let's see, 10, 20, plus another 20, 40, 48. Is that correct? Y'all double check me. So let's see, I got 48. Now I'm going to divide it up by how many pieces I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm sure a bunch of you right now are like, that's not going to divide out evenly. Remember on the front, I said that you could get a decimal answer. So I don't want you to think that you're doing something wrong if you get the decimal answer. I'm just checking myself again. I got 48. So if I divide that up by 5 pieces of data, I get 9.6. So I'm going to write this down the whole way. Okay, now I'm supposed to find the difference of all of these. Well, this would be 0.4. The next one would be what? It's going to be a negative number, negative 2.6. And then if I do the next one, I'm going to get what? 3.4. Another 0.4. And then what for the last one? It should also be a negative answer, correct? It should be negative 1.6. So I'm just going to write these over here as positive numbers. Because remember that whole phrase absolute. Absolute means that we're going to have a positive number in there. Okay? So if I were to add all of these up, so 0.4 plus 2.6 plus 3.4 plus 0.4 plus 1.6, I get 8.4. And then I'm going to divide it by 5 numbers, and I get 1.68. There we go. All right, for this last one, it wants us to try using the calculator. So here's what I'm going to do. I've taken a picture of this so I don't have to go back and forth and make you seasick. But remember, your steps are up here at the top. So just as a quick reminder, hopefully this calculator thing is going to work for me. All right, so let me see here. I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to follow these same steps. So the first step says we're going to find the mean. I'm looking up at the top under step 1. So we go to stats, and yours should be somewhat similar. And we're going to hit enter for edit. Perfect. Now I'm going to enter in the data set, just like normal. All right, so just like when we do our 5 number summaries, I'm going to do 66, enter, 69, enter, 70, 71, 74, and 76. Okay, so now that I've done that, I need to find out what the mean is. Okay, so I'm going to go over, if you're looking at the directions, this would be under the 4th bullet point. So I'm going to hit stat again, go over to calc, and I'm going to hit enter, and it does say list 1. All right, and then I may have to scroll up. Oh, there it is, the mean. Okay, so the mean is 71. All right, so I've done, let's see, I need to go back to my other screen for just a second. Okay, so I'm just going to put down that the mean, again with the highlighter, Graham. All right, the mean is 71. Okay, so now I'm going to look at step 2. Step 2 is where I'm at, and it says we're going to go through these steps here. Okay, so I'm going to follow them just the same. Remember, I'm figuring this out on a different calculator that's supposed to be kind of similar. All right, so step 2 says we're going to find the distance of each data value from the mean. So in order to do that, we're going to press stat. Then I'm going to hit enter. Okay. Then I'm going to highlight list 2. So that's how you highlight it. You just scroll up to the top of it. Then I'm going to press math. I'm going to go over to NUM for number. And then I'm going to choose option 1, which says ABS, standing for absolute value. All right. So I did that. Now I'm going to type, type second. And then 1x, second. I'm trying to figure out where this is all at. Y'all just listen to me. Let's see. And there's second, 71. Oh, hang on. 71. Maybe that's it. Okay, and then maybe hit, press enter. I did that. I feel like my calculator is not liking me right now. So let's try this again. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm trying this again. Remember, this is not the same exact thing that you guys have, so I'm trying to make it work. All right, so here, all right, highlight L2, press math, go to number, hit enter, type second. I'm trying to get this. It's not working. It's being weird. Okay, press enter. Maybe that's where I have to type it. 71. No, that ain't it. Clear. So I'm just going to try this one more time. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to do it by hand. And y'all can do it this way. Let's see. Highlight L2, press math number, choose 1, absolute value, type second, comma. I'll have to do it from, wait, there it is. I see it now. Okay, maybe. No, that's not it. All right, well, y'all do it this way and see what you get. And I'm going to keep going by hand, and we'll see if we can get the same thing. All right, so let's see. If I were to do this, hopefully yours is working just fine. Follow the steps. I'll keep calculating. All right, and then I'm just going to change these all to positives. And then, let's see, I'm going to add these all up. All right, if I add them all up, I get 16. And then how many pieces of data? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 6. And I get a repeating decimal. So I'm going to put approximate instead because I'm going to have to round it 2.67. All right, so my calculator didn't work quite the same, but that's okay. All right, so now that you've done that, go over here to the next page and you can do your